Hello, all my beautiful Tauruses, and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I will be doing a yearly reading for the sign of Taurus for 2023. As many of you probably already know, 2023 is a year of the water rabbit. And of course, the rabbit is a symbol of longevity and peace and prosperity. So 2023 is definitely going to be a very major year of hope for you, dear Taurus. And rabbits generally are very vigilant, very aware, very witty, very quick-minded, sort of ingenious even. So definitely 2023 is going to be a year of working on how you feel on the inside, because the rabbit in general is associated with the moon, and the moon is all about your intuition, your inner guidance, how you feel on the inside, because what you feel on the inside is what you see on the outside. Because remember, we all project, we all come from a specific place. When we feel on the inside a certain way, then the outside is kind of like a projection of that. It's an extension of that. So it's important to be aware of that. And also, I do want to mention that this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with some of you. If something does not resonate, don't force it to fit. Just take what does resonate and let the rest be. And also, I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. Definitely, you have a lot of cup cards in this reading, and so it's going to be a year where you're working on your emotions and learning to balance your divine feminine with your divine masculine, learning the alignment between different elements that you have on the inside, and learning to kind of create strong enough borders that where you can feel safe, but also where you can attract the people that you want to attract, not just anything. You want to focus on your emotions. You want to make sure that your emotions attract the right type of people that resonate with you, rather than people that can create a lot of turmoil for you when it comes to your emotions on the inside. But if we will go ahead and start in the past position, you have the Chariot, clarified by the Three of Pentacles. In the obstacle position, we have the King of Cups, clarified by the Two of Wands. In the advice from Spirit position, we do have the Six of Cups, clarified by the Ten of Wands. And in the first part of 2023, we have the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Nine of Swords. And in the future outcome position, the second part of 2023, you have the Ace of Cups, clarified by the Five of Wands, which is great. Really, really great spread. Let's get right into it. In the past position, we do see that you were successful, especially when working in a group setting, in a team setting, on something that you wanted to kind of manifest. The Chariot is a major arcana card, which says, dear Taurus, that you know how to get your way. You have experienced discipline and structure before. You have quite a bit of willpower as well, so you know how to kind of have that self-control, because the Chariot ultimately is a vehicle and it's driving forward, and you're the person that is in the Chariot. This card was created based on the Roman Empire, when Julius Caesar was coming home from battle, battle, he would ride his chariot in a victorious way through the streets of Rome, and people would cheer and throw flowers at him and what have you. And so this card symbolizes that you have what it takes to succeed because you have proven in the past that you have been successful. You know how to control your demons. You know how to control your emotions. You know how to control your impulses as well. You also work really well with others. And frankly, this is a winning combination. So you're going into 2023 in a very strong manner. And I think it's going to be a really successful year for you. But do remember, success comes in many different ways, just like abundance comes in many different ways. And so make sure you keep an open mind. Make sure that you are welcoming to things that are positive and encouraging for you. That is important because sometimes when we define success or abundance too narrowly, we tend to kind of beat ourselves up over that. It's important to remember not to do that. Now, in the obstacle position, you do have the King of Cups, which tells me that sometimes you may be your own worst enemy because the King of Cups is someone who has emotions that are not really balanced, you know? And sometimes the King of Cups actually represents a primary emotion that requires some discipline, some structure, because sometimes, people don't realize there's a primary emotion, and so they're kind of all over the place emotionally. Emotions do have to have a structure and a hierarchy, and it is important to remember that you don't want to be overly compassionate. You don't want to have boundaries that are all over the place. So you have to kind of determine for yourself what is important to you, and what you would like to have in your life, and what emotions correspond to that, and how to organize your emotions in such a way that they serve you rather than you becoming the slave over your feelings. Feelings are there to deliver messages. Feelings are not there to take over your life completely, because ultimately feelings are part of your body, and you are mostly a consciousness. You are energy, and that is very much your soul, and soul is something that is eternal, and emotions are very much associated with the body, with the hormones, with the ego, with the everything else. And our body is just a costume. We need this body in order to get around in the 3D world, in a third dimensional world, you know what I mean? So it's important to remember that emotions are supposed to serve you. You're not supposed to feel overwhelmed by your emotions. You're not supposed to feel like they're out of balance. So it's important to remember that, different feelings sometimes can also kind of make you miss opportunities. And that is what the Two of Wands is here about, because this person holds the world in his hands, and he's looking out into the bay, seeing, what opportunities are coming his way. But when he is, overwhelmed emotionally, or is being pulled in different directions, by the emotions, those opportunities can go missed, if you will. And so this is why you have the Six of Cups in the advice from Spirit position, because there's clearly something that the divine is pointing you to that is in the past. There may be an answer that you need that is in your past. You would want to look at your behavior. Is there a pattern of behavior that is repetitive? Because that could help you break the pattern. Once the lesson is learned, the pattern is broken. So sometimes when we have something in our past that continues to repeat, it requires our attention to make it stop from repeating. And the way you make it stop is by address it, by resolving it, by seeing what you can do to break that pattern so that a new pattern can be created and new experiences can be created. So what could it be in the past? Maybe you were holding on to something, maybe you were holding on to a specific person, a specific situation, a specific piece of knowledge. It's also interesting that you have the Ten of Wands here in the clarifying position, in the advice from Spirit position, which definitely tells me that maybe you used to do a little bit too much in the past. Maybe you used to prove a little bit too much, Sometimes, Tauruses can be quite insecure. That's why they're always searching for that security. And on the surface, on the face of things, Tauruses are really confident and great and wonderful. But when you kind of look deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, you realize that Tauruses sometimes have an incredible lack of like self-esteem or confidence, And so sometimes people who do too much are not confident. They're trying to prove their worth. And it's important to remember you are already worthy. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. And so, it's important to let go. And I think that is what the advice from Spirit here is for 2023 for you, dear Taurus. It is to let go of something that you continue to keep holding on to because it somehow ties into your confidence. It somehow ties in the way you see the world, but most importantly, the way you see yourself. You are worthy. You are special. You are incredible. And of course, we live in a competitive world, so that is hard to come by. You probably don't hear that all the time, but it is important to see through the things. And no one is going to kind of pat you on the back more than you will. It's incredibly important not to sabotage yourself. It's incredibly important not to undermine yourself and to make sure that your emotions are really well sorted. Now, in the first part of 2023, you have the Knight of Cups with the Nine of Swords, which definitely tells me that you may find yourself in the first part of the year where you are needing to let go of something. You need to let go of maybe guilt or self-doubt. Maybe you need to let go of resentment or of envy. Maybe you need to let go of lack of confidence or fear. But because there is a wonderful part of you that is highly optimistic and really engaging and really, you work so hard and you continue to show up and you continue to stay committed to the task at hand. So it's the Nine of Swords here that has to be addressed because you really don't need to experience so much anxiety and pain, because really, what is anxiety? Anxiety is not actually really a problem. It's just worrying about the future. So it's not really a like a disease. It's overthinking, and overthinking is one of the fastest ways to get yourself in trouble. So, everyone believes that they're going to achieve, amazing things, but really, you already are whole and you already are achieved and successful. You have proven it. You have experienced wonderful things in your life. So it's really important to find that balance so that you can be present, so that you can be grounded when you are experiencing things as they come at you in the first part of 2023. And there will be really wonderful surprises. There will be some approaches. Get ready for some surprising text messages or phone calls or emails or letters. There will be declarations of love for you. You will be noticed. You will be very much appreciated, because remember, Jupiter is going into your sign, I want to say May 16th. So, you will experience quite a bit of abundance. But I've mentioned before, Taurus can be a worrier, and Taurus is constantly looking for security no matter how little or how big you have. It's always that, financial security, stability, always wanting to kind of protect yourself, and to always thinking into the future to make sure that, you are ready for the steps that may be coming towards you. And so it's important to remember to give yourself a break. I really want you to enjoy 2023, Taurus, because you really have gone through quite, a lot in the last 5 to 6 years. Jupiter does not go into your sign very often, so really try to focus on the positive and really try to remember that you are doing much better than you realize, that you have used your skills. So really, really please do try to focus on the positive. Now, we do have the Ace of Cups in the second part of 2023 with the Five of Wands, which is of course great, because the Ace of Cups is all, about feeling really connected to things and beings all around you, to trusting your intuition, to really kind of allowing your feelings to guide you forward. And you may experience some competitiveness because the Five of Wands is a card of competition. So you may feel like you have to put your feelings first and foremost in the second part of 2023 above, others. So it is important to remember, dear Taurus. But let's see what we can clarify with the mystical wisdom card that I pulled earlier. And we have letting go, learn to let go. It is a practice that you continue throughout your life. Some things are harder to let go than others. And so it's a reminder that you want to, practice, because that goes hand in hand with evolving. As you let go, the more new experiences come to your life, then their cycle goes through, and then that cycle finishes up, and then you let go of that. And then again, it kind of repeats over and over. So, remember practicing letting go. Let's see what the Angel Oracle card has for us. We have helpful people. Remember that you will be surrounded by just the right people in 2023. So make sure to reach out. Make sure to ask questions. Make sure to, even if it's like the silliest thing ever, just make sure that you are doing everything in your power to, seek advice if you need to, and to be approachable. Make sure that you are approachable. Make sure that you are putting yourself out there. And when people invite you places, say yes. You never know who you might meet and how helpful that person may be. So definitely make sure to be a very open person who kind of invites people in, but also be very aware of your boundaries, right? It's okay to stand up for how you feel. It's okay to say, no, right now, this is not the right time. It's okay to enforce your boundaries. There's nothing wrong. It's not regarded as difficult. You're not regarded as anything negative. People respect, like normal people respect boundaries. And so it's important to remember. Let's see what the Shaman Dream Oracle card has for us. We have Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. And again, the Lay of the Land, this is an advice that's coming through because of past. Look at your past. What were the lessons that you learn from your past? There are times when you're meant to discover and explore new terrain in your life, even to be part of a wave of change. This is one of those times. This is a wonderful time to seek a mentor or maybe good advice from an expert. That way you'll be able to meet life's opportunities and challenges much better informed. The path that is kind of given to you, because if you really look at this card closely, you see this mountain, right? And you see this person on top of the mountain, signifying that this person successfully completed the challenge. And we also see the moon in the background. So there's something you're going to conquer. Remember, there are mountains that you see on the outside, and there are mountains that you see on the inside. This could be a mountain that you conquer on the inside. Which means no one will really notice except you, but for you, it will change your life. You are poised for success. The path that you are on promises success in all areas. Where others before you have dared to go, you will discover what they did not, the treasure that they did not. So make sure your eyes are open. Make sure you feel balanced on the inside. And it is something that it's quite natural to feel that some days are easier and some days are a little bit more challenging. But by all accounts, 2023 is going to be a very successful year. I wish you abundance. I wish you incredible prosperity, and I hope that all of the dreams that you have set for yourself are going to come true. Remember one last thing: you want to live through or by intentions. You want to live through purpose or by purpose. There's a difference between habitual living and purposeful living. Habitual is you get up and do the same thing over and over and over again. But purposeful living is when you wake up and you realize there is a purpose to this day, and you kind of create the purpose that you want to achieve. That is what it is ultimately about. You're not competing with a billionaire or a millionaire or a famous person or a celebrity. You're competing with yourself. You are worthy, you are important, and you will have an amazing year. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe this video. Please don't forget to visit me on Instagram, and I will see you soon.